Okay. For all intents and purposes, I should now be streaming. This is good. Operative. Give me a moment here. Going through, double checking that things are working. EA. Alrighty, good to go. I should totally not bump my mic in the process of putting my headphones on. I am looking at this though, and I'm thinking that could be a little smaller here. That might be a little better. Let me hop into one of the streams here really quick just to yeah, should be alright. Yeah, that should be fine. Now then, I made sure everything's working fine. It's the part about streaming that's a little spaceship floating away. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Arca, I was not ignoring you last night. When you were messaging me, I unfortunately was having a problem with my mic. OBS had disconnected the mic in the settings for some reason. And, well, yeah. I sat here talking with you guys a little bit, and it wasn't streamed or recorded or anything. So, unfortunately, for about an hour and roughly 13 minutes, my stream had nobody able to hear me whatsoever. Now, what was I doing? Well, you know, to be honest, one of the things we could do, we could head out, because I scanned most of this stuff here. You know, I'll be honest, we could probably head out and start our route for exploration. Make this the first leg of the journey, so to speak. So, I mean, I don't have any reason why not. At this point, I think I'm pushing what I can out of this asp. 47.73 light years. I think that's about the best I'm gonna get out of it, because as things stand, where is it? And we can actually deactivate that, reactivate that. Maybe not. Actually, this is gonna disable stuff, isn't it? No. Okay, that works. I can live with that. Yeah. Where is my fuel scoop? Not my fuel scoop. Back. That can be deactivated for now. Frame shift drive. There we go. Yeah, I've got a Mac. I've got the Max mods on it. Modifications done to it. So I think that's all the better I'm gonna really get out of it. I don't recall damaging the asp at all. Maybe we shouldn't start off just yet. Maybe we go back, repair the asp really quick at a local system, and then go from here. Yeah, I was heading out to Quince, that's right. I was gonna possibly make the journey from Quince and then go towards the center. You know what? Let's do that. Let's just finish the journey into Quince and go from there. Alright, let's do this thing. So, first leg of this journey, head to Quince, go into one of the stations, probably just the closest one we can get, and we're gonna just simply, yeah, we're just gonna simply, oops, I completely forgot oh Christ, did I hit the wrong button again? Really? Oops. I done a bad thing. I'm an idiot. That was a complete screw up on my part. Ouch. And now we gotta wait for the FSD to cool down. Yay! Always love that cool down. Because, you know, it's fun. And things. Right? Like, I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on out of here.
Frameshift drive charging.
I need to quit messing with my keybinds. Can't help it though. I like messing with my keybinds because it keeps me on my toes. Actually, no, I'm just trying to get just the right feel for before we leave. And I think we're set. Part of the problem was I had the one button set up to just toggle to go into my frameshift drive, and I wanted it set up to like actually
Fuel scooping.
oh, we've already been here. I wanted it to actually just go into Super Cruise instead of toggle the whole thing, basically.
Fuel scooping complete.
So, you know, we fix that. Depends on what you mean by custom. Can you completely from scratch, like from the ground up, build one? No. Can you buy a ship and then customize the components within, weapons, things like that? Yes. You can also, there as a way to fund the game and things, there are some small microtransactions that you can do to get, you can buy like custom skins that the developers have created, and I think some of those skins have come from maybe some suggestions from the community. I don't know about that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, honestly, it's a matter of, you know, what level of customization are you looking for? Are you looking from ground up, like, you know, Legos type of ground up, or are you looking for, you know, maybe a little something, maybe, I mean, still custom, but it depends on the ship. The smaller ships you can fit, like, sometimes only one, sometimes you can fit all of, like, I think my Eagles, I have an Imperial Eagle and just a stock Eagle. They can only hold like 3 weapons. The one I'm currently flying, I think you can fit 4 weapons to it. I don't know. I don't carry any weapons on this to keep it lightweight. That's one of the things about exploration, which is what we're gonna be doing with this ASP, is you want to run as lightweight as possible so that you can get the better range. That's what I was talking about with that. Well, let's go over here. That jump range right there, the 47.62 light years, that is my current jump range. So I can jump roughly 47.5 light years. The 51.28 light years is my maximum if my fuel tank's basically on E just chucking down fumes, and yeah. Actually, I'm trying to remember exactly how many weapons you can fit on the Asp. Without actually checking my, without checking EDDB, or not EDDB, but, ooh, some graphical errors right there. That was interesting. Without checking that, though, without checking Corrales or something like that, I couldn't tell you exactly how many per ship, things like that. It's all a matter of what ship you're flying at the time. You know, the smaller the ship, the fewer the guns. The bigger the ship, the more the guns, typically.
Ready to engage.
As a matter of fact, I have a Type 9 hauler, which is mostly used... You'd normally use it for hauling cargo and being a trader. I actually use it for mining. Now, on the front end of that, I have just 2 mining lasers. But across it, I have roughly, I believe, 4. Sort of, yeah, because, I mean, it adds weight. So, I mean, I can give you an example. Once we get here to Miller Port, I can give you a perfect example of just how much weight it can add. Unless Miller Port's in lockdown again. That's one of the things about this game. Stations are constantly in an ebb and flow of, you know, maybe a station might have an abundance of a material at one time for trading, and then you can sell it to another place in the market that has fewer. You're going to make a big amount of money, but the more you do that, you're going to create an imbalance. Eventually, the marketplace will, you know, at the other one will be flooded. They're not going to need it as much, so they're going to, you know, run out. And the same thing happens with, like, weapons and different components within ships. You know, the more people buy components from a station, the more likely it is that that station may not have those components in the, you know, in a week's time. Arca, I will tell you this. If you're interested in this game, I will suggest that you either have a controller of some sort, like the Xbox One controller, or a joystick and throttle, because it does make this game significantly easier, because with keyboard and mouse, it is not a game that's very easy to control, in my experience. Not everybody is the same, so your mileage may vary. I know there are people out there who prefer to fly with keyboard and mouse. Personally, I just can't. I couldn't do it. I tried for the longest time. I just couldn't get a handle for how the mouse handled. Well, I mean, you can get a cheap knockoff of an Xbox controller even for 20 bucks. Well, that's US. I do know you're not from here, so I don't know what your economy is like. As I know there are some places that the economy is just absolute garbage for getting games and things. What is it? I think I heard somewhere there's that. I don't remember which one it is. There's a South American country that trying to get just a game, like what would be a $60 game here, might cost closer to oh, I don't know, might cost something more like $120. Okay, where's our landing pad? 7. 7 would be right in front of us. Go ahead, scan me. I ain't got nothing. Like, legit, I have nothing on me.
Landing gear deployed.
You guys can find bootleg stuff anywhere. Well, that's, I guess, reassuring. Okay, so outfitting. Let's go. I have no idea what just happened there. Oh, you know what? We'll make some money really quick. Here's why I want to go exploring, right? So I love the scenic nature of this game. One, you can go exploring. You can make a hefty amount of money, and this was just a trip from one location to another. This was not even an actual exploration route. This was just going over to this location. So you can see it's not an insignificant amount of money, especially when you're first starting off in this game. Like this right here, there are some ships you could buy the ship and that's it. And one of the rules in this game, if you've got no rebuy, don't fly. That is to say, we have, so to speak, an insurance. You can see it costs 2.5 million credits for me to rebuy this ship if it should happen to be blown up. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Shipyard. That is not quite what I wanted to do, but... Well, you know, I can show you. This is the very first ship you start off in, Arca. It's the Sidewinder. Nothing super fancy. Most people usually want to get out of it as quickly as possible. But hard points, your weapons, are right here, too. Fake Pokemon Go mystery bags? Do I want to know what those contain? Like, I'm not even sure what mystery bags are. Like, I should say I've never heard of Pokemon Go mystery bags before, but... Ah, this is the one that I use for mining. Right here, the Type 9 Heavy. Hard points. What's currently installed in it is 2, but this thing has a crap ton. It also has a crap ton of space, but... Yeah. Actually, why? You know, I've wondered why this doesn't show how many available you have. But you can see, this would cost me more than I actually have balance-wise. Yeah, I could bring mine over and sell it, but I'm going to lose money doing that, truth be told. But, alright, so look, right here. Or, no, I don't have any weapons on this. Okay, I got you, Arca. Oh, right here's a perfect example. This is my combat vessel. This thing's medium-sized ship, bordering on large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 separate weapons on it. And where you see like these little symbols, those are modified weapons, so they've been boosted in some way. And then you see where it says incendiary rounds. That means these are it shoots bullets that are like superheated and actually will put heat onto a vessel. But let's see, outfitting. Let's go ahead and I'll show you what I was talking about. Truth be told, I should potentially throw some weapons on this thing because we were just told, not just, but we've been recently informed that as explorers, are there tracking missiles? Yes, but there's a downside to. Oh hell! I didn't realize this thing actually could hold that many weapons. Bloody hell! Okay, so I could probably show you as long as there are no damn missile racks. Okay, I can't show you. There are heat-seeking, and I think that's about it. There's also ones that you can get if you've been. There's power play, which means you sign up with a faction, and the longer you've been with that faction and the better you get in with them, you eventually unlock a. They're pack hounds, I believe, is what they're called. Basically, if you've ever watched any Gundam or anything like any anime where they just shoot insane amounts of missiles that just fill the sky, that is what those things can eventually do. That being said, it imparts a crap ton of heat on your ship. But okay, so let's take a perfect example here. I'm gonna. Where do I want to stick these? I cannot honestly tell where half of these go. They look like they all surround the cockpit. Okay. I mean, right here, for instance, you've got cannons. These shoot a actual projectile. You do have beam lasers, burst lasers, pulse lasers, and the difference here is, yeah, Farrakhan rain hail from above. It does look a lot like Farah's ultimate. Truth be told, it looks a lot like that, but with even more. I have seen ones that they've been engineered or modified that they just absolutely fill the viewport of anyone looking at it. I've actually seen it to the point where it will reduce somebody's entire frame rate if they're not careful. But you can see here where it says thermal, thermal, thermal. That means these are basically a plasma or laser based weapon. Kinetic, obviously, it shoots a projectile. Beam lasers, kind of, it's just one long beam. That's really all there is to it. Oops. Burst, it's like, it goes pew pew, basically, instead of just going pew. It's more like pew, 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 pew. I'm sitting here making sound effects to describe and this is, I've never really used the pulse laser, so I don't know. I cannot believe I just did that, though. That's funny. Let's see. 47.54 is my current maximum. Putting a medium size, let's just go with a burst laser. Make it turret. It'd drop us down by almost an entire half a light year. You really don't want to rely on just purely missiles, though. As much as it sounds like fun, you want to have some lasers mixed in with it, because the lasers are used to burn down through their shields, and then you'd use the missiles to just pound the ever-living crap out of their hull. If I can think of it, I just saw a video of somebody showing like what you can do with engineering some of these the pack hounds out and what it can do. I actually saw a video of it, and I'm like, wow. the poor guy launching them was losing frame rate, and his friend that they were testing it on, he was losing some frame rate just looking at it, and it's just like, this is insane. But the way he did it, he didn't really have any lasers on his ship. Now, mind you, he was using a Corvette, I think, which is a much larger ship. And he pretty much had almost every hard point filled out with the missiles, with maybe the exception of 2 lasers. You really don't want that kind of imbalance. You want to lean more towards having more lasers, because lasers can still burn up through the hull, whereas missiles do damage to the shields, but not nearly as much. Like, you really want to focus more on having that that damage to the hull, like the shields and then the hull. That's why, like, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll have, like, maybe these will all be lasers, and then these 2 will maybe be cannons that shoot a projectile which damages the hull and tends to rip through it more. And, you know, I'm really still on the fence here. What do I want to do here? I just don't know. You know what? I have an idea, Arca. We're not going exploring yet. Let me figure out where I've got my, Let me figure out where I've got my Python at. We're gonna go check out... I'll show you what... Weird. Okay, we've got it in weird. By the way, this game is freaking massive. On the scale of, it's the actual freaking Milky Way galaxy. Like, all of these stars are, for the most part, explorable. There are some areas that are locked at this time, for the simple sake that we suspect that there's things going on. But let's take, for instance, this little nebula right here. We can get down to it eventually. Maybe. In theory, we should be able to go out to that nebula. Absolutely better than No Man's Sky. I will say the worlds are a little bland at this time. Like, the worlds don't feature a whole lot. But that's one of the things that developers are definitely working on. I mean, you can totally go out here to Sagittarius A, which is the center of our Milky Way galaxy, which is a supermassive black hole. And by the way, all these stars that you can see here are not even all the possible stars you can see. I actually have them limited by ones I can scoop off of and gain fuel. If I wanted to have them all... yeah. That's just one little tiny dot amongst it all. For the most part, though, everybody resides over somewhere. Oh, over here. All the way over here. In this little bubble near what we call Sol. Or our solar system. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to go to weird. But first, we're going to get rid of all of these because I can't scoop off of any of them. I think I can scoop on L's. I have to double check that, but whatever. It's good enough. Yes, we are spinning around one. Alright. Or at least that's the theory. We have no definitive absolute proof that it's actually a supermassive black hole. That's, for the most part, the working theory, because, you know, technically we don't know for a fact, but I think at this time we're like 80% certain on that. Like, don't quote me on that because I don't know for a fact. If you want to get an idea of the scale of, say, the ships, for instance, even, compared to that station, my ship is tiny as shit. Yep, and I can jump. Speaking of jumps, how many do I have? 11 jumps. Okay. I can do that pretty quickly. If I don't stop and stare at the pretty things for too long. I have a habit of doing that. I like to stop and stare at the pretty things. I do want to do this really quick. Okay, there we go. Oop, scan things. You, like me, might enjoy the Eagle then. It's capable of a lot of firepower, but its real ability is in the fact that it's so small and maneuverable, it's actually pretty frightening. To be bloody well honest, it's probably the fastest ship in the game. After you've done, like, particularly after you've done some work and people use it to race. Truth be told, I think you could get away with, well, you know, well, now you're trying to just go insane with your shit. The problem is you can only have so many fire buttons. You're limited to 2 triggers basically. So now that being said, you do have multiple fire groups. So if you're fast on you're really fast on the fly, you could in theory switch between, you know, having missiles and then going over to or having lasers and then going over to some missiles and cannons, machine guns. Yeah, you're a little insane. Well, what you and I, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go out into a res, and I'm gonna do a little bit of combat real quick. I'll give you a taste of what it's like. Now, mind you, I'm gonna be doing this in one of my slower vessels. I'm gonna use my Python, my big tank-like one. my next step, I honestly think my next step for this game is probably going to be getting a VR headset. I actually have a voice command, there's a voice command program you can buy that will work with this game. And you can also get voice packs for in the game. I guess that's actually the only way to really get it to work properly with the game, but I don't know myself yet. But you can issue commands like if I tell it to drop out of Super Cruise right now, it would just drop me out of Super Cruise. If I told it to jump into Super Cruise or hyperspace, it would just do it. Allow it, as long as the game allowed it. So I'm really thinking like maybe a VR headset is one of my next steps, possibly. Because this game is really good for VR. Or at least the combat portion of it. Because I mean, look, you can look around the inside of your ship. And, you know, if you're flying combat, you know, being able to keep an eye on your targets. So it's like, maybe he's flying up there. I'm going to keep moving my ship, but I'm going to keep my eye on him by looking up there. Right now, to do that, I have to use my mouse, and yeah. That right there shouldn't happen still. It shouldn't still pop that up, but meh. Those aren't supposed to pop up when I look at them like that. It should only pop up when I do that. No, I didn't bother looking. Meh. Not gonna land on any of these. There is actually something that you might be even really a little more interested in. There is actually a CQC game mode in this where you fly a very small, lightly armed, and just very fast ship. It's literally just a combat arena. I don't know how active it is. I've never really had the nerve to go into it. Maybe that's something we do here on stream tonight if it's active. I don't know. I mean, I'm planning on streaming until probably like 3:30, 4 o'clock, so we got a lot of stuff we can do. Why am I not jumping? By the way, I'd like to point out that one guy, Dr. Hans Reinhardt. Yeah. Just saying.
Fuel scooping.
39 objects. Okay, while I pick up some fuel. Yeah, I have off of work, oddly enough, tomorrow, so normally I work Saturdays. Oh, balls. Okay, I cannot not, like, check out this system. Oh, that's pretty. There's some graphical issues here. Wondering if it's... Yeah, you've been up pretty late, buddy. Okay, you know what? Let's... How do I... I can't honestly remember how I access it. There it is. Haha. I don't know if you can see it or not. I've got this this thing that I can run. Oh, F4. That gets rid of it. Ew, it sucks now though. You can see that, right? Like, just the difference in how it looks. the color is more vibrant. Oh, you know, I'm gonna lose frame rate for it, but I don't even care. I just can't. I can't care. Oh, that thing's so far away. That's a ways away though. Kind of want to check it out though. No, we've got a mission we're gonna complete. I keep doing that. I need to not be doing that. Yeah, you've been up pretty late, man. There are giant capital class ships. That being said, we currently cannot fly any of them. Partially because they're just ridiculous to even try. You would have to have an entire thing designed just to be able to dock those things, to have them repaired and whatnot. And really, they wouldn't be really all that great for combat, because it's gonna be all mostly automated stuff, or you're gonna send fighters out in your place. So it's really not something you'd want to fly. The biggest ships that there are in this game are, however, quite massive. Big enough that you can actually have small fighters dock inside of them and take them into combat with you. I currently don't possess one, but that's because that's somewhere in the class of a hell of a lot more money than I have in this game. Like, even if I sold off every one of my ships right now, I still probably could not afford one. Or at least I couldn't afford one fully kitted out for combat. My proceeds from exploration are kind of what I'm hoping will end up going towards that, though, when I finally come back. Because when I come back from... It might be kind of cool, but I don't know how feasible it'd be. I think the closest you're gonna find something like that is are games like Dreadnought. I mean, who knows? This game's supposed to, like, current goal is to have this game around for, you know, a decade or more, as I understand it. So, you know, who knows? Maybe eventually, you know, for those that are really, really into it, they could probably go to that route. We'll never know until the developer comes out saying something. As it is, the developer just now announced the return of an alien species that basically one particular group of this alien species just wants to wipe out humanity. I have yet to have any run-ins with them, but it's not good from my understanding. Like, for the time being, I should say, like, we can interact with them to a degree. Like, they'll pop in, and they're just neutral at the moment. However, that being said, when the next major update happens, when I think it's 1.4 comes out, which is currently going to be going into beta very soon, we're going to start seeing these Thargoids actively like attacking humans.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
And as I understand it, our current weaponry that we possess, or at least according to the developers, this is a teaser that they put out for us. As I understand it, our current weaponry is not going to be enough to deal with the Thargoids attacking us. We will not be able to sustain, like, we will not be able to do combat with them. It's actually, they're gonna possibly be releasing some new weapons, new ships potentially, or at least some new modules for in those ships. And I think that's gonna be the problem. Like, you're gonna run into problems where, you know, the cruisers are just, you know, your capital class ships are massive in size. And currently they're just more of like an NPC type of a thing, where it's more for, you know, you jump into a battle and potentially have to deal with one of these things taking aim on you. And the best way I understand it, you do not want that to happen. Like, I've only seen maybe one or two battles where a capital class ship jumps in on it, and it usually doesn't go too well for the other side unless one of their ships come in too.
4, 3, 2.
My assumption is I'd have to probably go out to like a Civil War area, somewhere that's currently at war, and go into a combat zone. Balls. That's a white dwarf. That's a bloody damn dwarf. Yeah, because it, no, I haven't played PlanetSide 2, I don't think. No, I haven't played it to my knowledge. I think I intended to at one time, and I just never did. Kinda curious here. There's another star in this system. Itty bitty all the way out there. Nope, 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 nope. That's what I wanted, right there. Yeah, because if that was a neutron, the beams coming off the ends would be more of a violent spiral, and I would totally fly into the middle of it, or not into the middle of it, but into one of those beams to get a boost to my jump range. I've been finding a lot more white dwarves, though, when I come into this area. It's really surprising how many there are. Okay, I will be right with you guys. I'm just gonna mute my mic. Alright, sorry about that. When the wife calls, you answer the phone. Doesn't matter if you're streaming or not. So, yeah. Sorry about that. But, you know, phone call I had to take. Should have actually muted the phone, though. Just because... Yeah, that... Probably shouldn't go off while I'm in the middle of streaming. Let's see how far away we are from that, white dwarf. And we... Of course we can't see it. Where? Huh. Well, okay then. Dwarf just vanishes once we get outside a certain range, I guess. And maybe I'll pick up Planet Side 2 at some point, since it is free. I think like I said, I think I intended to play it at one point, Arca. I just never... I just never downloaded it and started playing. If I remember correctly, that's one of those games that you actually have, like, a huge amount of players on both sides. It's like a first-person shooter or something like that. Okay, you know, I'm really starting to just think maybe this was 22,000. There are moments where I have to wonder if I shouldn't have gone with the range mod for my scanners instead of the speed, but I think either way it's a trade-off on getting out to some of these spots. Like, I don't know. Should already have started scanning, I would think. Unless this thing is really ridiculously small. Start scanning sometime soon. Maybe. Starting to actually get a little worried here. Three sides fighting for terrain to win a long-lost war they simply can't stop. Okay. Is there any actual, like, background or anything? Like, there we go. There we got some scannage. Is there any actual, like, background to the game? Like, history, things like that? I mean, you obviously there's something, you know, a war they can't stop fighting. Sounds like kind of one of those things where you see some of those really old movies where it's like two hillbilly families that are fighting each other and they've long forgotten why they're fighting each other.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hi, kitty kitty.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, jump in here to weird. We're gonna grab the Python. Arca, you're gonna get your first taste of what some combat looks like in this game. I'm not horribly great at combat in this game by any measure, but I'm not terrible at it either. I think I'd say I'm about average. I do okay. Nope. Not gonna be doing the loop of shame today. Not happening. I've done that enough times. On stream, even. You know, there's supposed to be this whole thing where the stations are supposed to be angled facing the planets that they're orbiting, and that's where you're supposed to enter them from. Good God, I overshot it, didn't I? Yep, overshot the damn thing. But in the case of like these stations, for instance, that is totally not true at all. At least not entirely true. Like, it's definitely kind of aimed away from, well, way. Hey, Risky. How's it going, Risky? Okay, then. There was a third one that came out of those two. The rest I forget. Oh, you're at work, Risky?
Hotel Echo. Submit a docking request before attempting to land at this federal station.
I should really not be allied with anyone right now. But I mean, it's an extra 2,000 credits per week, so there's some risk reward there. I don't think 2,000 credits makes it worth it though right now. Might have to fly out and like remove that. Almost forgot.
Stay on current course, Commander. Docking bay is prepped. Access granted. Land on pad 1-1.
Well, it shows that there's 4 people viewing at the moment, Risky. You and Arca are viewing on YouTube. That I know for a fact.
Docking completed. Ground crew have been dispatched.
First side is the Terran Republic. They just want to conquer things no matter the cost. Terran Republic, that almost sounds like StarCraft. Oh, I must just be slow in loading. I don't know, Arca's been in chat for some time now. He's been on here for a while. So, how much... Where's that white dwarf at? Is that it? Nope. I'm curious as to how much that white dwarf actually was. Unless this is it. Is that actually it? Yeah, that might actually be it. White dwarves aren't worth much, I guess. Well, I guess they wouldn't be when they're already, I mean, it's already been discovered, so. Because we are here in the bubble. So. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's it right there, isn't it? 34,000. I'm going to set up the server so you can pick a seat and boot up the server. Yep. And I have off that following night, or that following day, so I don't have to worry about being up uber late or anything. Well, that's spoilers for you guys listening and watching that happen to check out my YouTube channel. We are doing another UHC, or at least planning to. Okay, so Shipyard. First things first, I want to bring that over. Are you not gonna be able to play then, Risky? Like, I'm wondering if it's even gonna be worth our time to bother then, if because I mean we might not get enough people then in the long run. That's my concern, at least. Hi, kitty. Hi. Well, I mean... There are rebels from the other two sides that just want the war to stop by fighting it. We're gonna fight this war to try to stop the war. Okay, makes sense. Oh, Arca. You're, still... Well, you got railguns, too. That's another thing that you can get in this game, Arca. But, yeah, this station does not carry missiles, so tough out of luck there to show you. Anyway, I'll be honest, I've been really tempted to change these two back ones to possibly being turret-based, just because this thing turns like a boat. With a boat, or with another boat on top of it. Alright, let's really quickly... I don't think there's any real good combat spots around here. That low reserves. Yeah, and the railguns in this, you have to aim very carefully to hit, like... You have to really be good at aiming to hit somebody with them, but by God, they will strip the shields off of people if you hit them just right. I'm trying to remember, there should be a combat zone around here somewhere. Or at least a res. Yeah, frag it. We'll just do... We'll just go here for now. I don't need anything real massive to go into. Yep. Just giving the guy an idea what combat's like.
Docking clamps retracted. Go for departure.
Landing gear retracted.
Alrighty. I've never actually used a railgun, so I'm not... Like, I've just been basing my knowledge of it on what other people... That's sort of the idea with a railgun. Sort of. Because I think they actually have pretty decent hull piercing capability. Still sounds like it says friendship drive charging.
2, 1,
I don't care what anyone else says. Friendship drive charging. Derp. All right. This should be relatively quick to get out to, and hopefully the desire is that there'll be something out here to shoot at. Oh, hello, conflict zone. Do I want to do a high intensity conflict zone though? Yeah, maybe. You know what? We'll do it. I mean, what's my rebuy on this thing? Only shy of 10 million. Ouch. Don't screw up, Dave. Don't screw up. I've only done maybe one conflict zone. It was I think it was a low intensity or something like that. So please forgive me. I'm not particularly familiar with conflict zones. I mostly hunt in reses, things like that. So yeah. Actually, this could be really bad, the more I think about it. I'm hostile to this area. Ooh, this could be bad. Might have to be a quick GTFO if things get nasty. Yeah, I mean, pretty much you just have to aim where your opponent's gonna be. The problem is if you're in, depending on what you're in, aiming where they're going to be is easier said than done. It's one of the reasons I do like the Eagle. As much as it can get shredded by larger vessels, it can also just circle those larger vessels and just decimate them if you're a decent pilot. It takes some getting used to, and honestly, the way I got good at flying one, and I'll probably have to go back out. It's one of the reasons I called my Eagles into this area. I basically go out to a resource extraction site, a res, and I'll just circle around asteroids. I'll stick around for another minute or two while I jump into this, and you can see what combat looks like. Oh, come on, don't be doing that. There we go. Okay, who's shooting at whom? We just got system defense forces shooting at each other. Oh, balls. Wait a minute, what? Okay, those all look like the Federation aligned. Oh no, wait a minute, he's not. He's actually lawless. Aha! So, first thing you want to look for, Arca, is you want to scan everything you're looking at and make sure it says either lawless or wanted. Only fire on them once you see that. And then, you light them up. after you throw your pips into weapons. Come on. Holy balls, his shields just aren't dropping. And now we nail him with the lasers and the cannon. And of course he's gonna... It's alright, keep showing me your underside. Rip you apart. Doing that crap. Basically, it's a lot of controlling your throttle and... yeah. Well, that's kind of what the lasers are, Arca. Fortunately, this SOB also has a lot of stuff that tends to just... He's got a lot of stuff that breaks my locks. So... You're gonna notice I occasionally stop shooting the lasers. They unfortunately cause the temperature of my ship to rise drastically. Speaking of which, I should... No, I don't want to drop the cargo scoop. There we go. Hit the right keys, Dave. And he gonna blow up.
Target destroyed.
Kaboom. I'm seeing some guys showing up that are red to me for some reason or another. Anything good? While I'm out here, I might as well grab some materials and things. Electrochemical? Okay, come on. The freaking thing needs to quit moving. I've got too many things showing up at once. Okay, you know what? Just not even gonna worry about the materials right now. There are actually escape pods, but you're not gonna be likely to find them in combat zones. You're more likely to find them just exploring. They were at least illegal to actually be carrying. They're not supposed to be. But they are. Eesh. Too fast. Is that a Python? No, it's a Cobra.
Target shields offline.
And much like the freaking... Okay, you see that giant blue ball or purple ball flying at me? That is a railgun.
Target destroyed.
Ooh, that is an eagle. And he's gonna get blown up before I get out there.
Warning. Impulse attack.
Ow.
Trajectory disruption.
Ow, stop. You can stop that, sir.
Target destroyed. Under attack.
Sir? Stop that.
Target shields offline. Warning. Temperature critical.
Oh, come on. This thing flies like a damn boat. You know what? That's it.
Deployed.
Where did he go? Oh, he's still on my ass. Oh, for Christ's sakes. This is what I mean by an eagle can just kind of loop around you and just plummet your ass. Pummel your ass, I should say. I don't even know who's shooting me right now.
Under attack.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Every time. Alright, asshole. You're gonna get a nice little burn.
Target shields offline. Warning. Temperature critical. Target destroyed.
Okay, now who the hell was shooting me? Probably this wanktard that's sitting right behind me, right? Another damn eagle. Good lord, I'm freaking getting
Target
wailed on by
shields
eagles.
offline.
Yeah.
Target destroyed.
Stay on course with the enemy. Put railguns on cooldown until further notice. Where's my soda? Oh shit, transfer power to shield. Well, and that's what pips are, is where I'm adjusting these. System is where your shields are. Engines, clearly. Engines. Weapons, you know. For the most part, when I'm in a combat zone, I'm toggling that I mostly fly with weapons and systems. But yeah, every now and then I have to kind of toggle back into engines too. You know, I'm out here doing this. I'm earning zip for all this action. I'm just out here shooting people for lulz, I guess. Why did I stop shooting all of a sudden? What's going on here? Oh, balls. Shield shell. Shield cell. Shield cell. Am I at shield cells? No. There we go. The ever-loving shit is that? Oh, it's one of my heat sinks. Okay. Alright, I'm bouncing out of this combat zone because, yeah. I'm out here shooting at people for no reason whatsoever. But you kind of get the idea what combat's like in this game, Arca. And, you know, the smaller the ships, the fewer the weapons, but sometimes if you do it right, you can actually pack quite a punch. Tail turrets are sort of a thing on larger vessels, and this thing I could sort of do something like that with. The problem is you have zero control over turrets in terms of where they aim. They just will lock onto anything that happens to be shooting you or whatever you happen to kind of tell them to do. Like, it's kind of weird. I use them for certain ships and for certain reasons, but I'm generally not one to make use of turrets. I prefer gimbals, which generally I have to keep the person in front of me to shoot them, but they'll have a sort of lock. But the problem with turrets and with gimbals of any sort is the fact that, you know, if somebody pops a... I am trying to throttle down, sir. What is happening here? Anyways, yeah, if somebody pops a ECM or anything like that, it just breaks your lock. And that's why you saw my targeting reticles were just going all over the place sometimes. I am coming in a little hot.
Okay,
Wow.
Commander, you are go for approach to pad 1-1.
But didn't I land on 11 when I came in the last time?
Be aware of oncoming traffic in the access corridor. Observe minimum
Landing gear deployed.
I am totally off center, aren't I? There we go. Herp derp.
Docking complete.
I do have to wonder if my eagles are in.
Station facilities are at your disposal, Commander.
Nope, they're not in yet. I'll tell you what. Give you an idea, though, as far as speed goes, This isn't even the fastest I could push out of this. This thing has not even been engineered yet. That is actually one of my next little things I'm gonna do, is engineer this thing. I've heard of the boost speed reaching upwards of 600 meters per second. So this little ship can hit some serious cruising speeds. Whereas this one, I mean, this is its little brother, basically. And the first one you should probably get a hold of. Not as fast, but I'll tell you what, it's still... Well, it can definitely do loops around you if the pilot's good. Oops. I actually need to go in here. Grab my asp. That. And we are going to head out exploring, I think. I don't think there's anything I need at this time. I don't think there's anything more I can do at this time. What does... he offer? Power distributors and pulse lasers. Honestly, I should have sent those Eagles out to Felicity. She could beef up the engines. That's alright. I can fly them out at any point. Alright, I think I'm gonna... yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and... I think we're gonna start setting our course for... Oops. Night, Arca. I think we're going to start plotting our course out into the black. Well, you know what? I'm really quite tempted to try to make another journey out here again. This nebula just kinda... It's a weird one. Because you've just got these really deep reds and just blacks out here. So it's just really, really deep blacks. Could go out to that. Or... let's see, are there any other nebulas that are within a decent range? No, that's not what I wanted to click on. Looks like there's one right there, or something right there. Oh, right there. What is that? Blue-white. I don't know what the hell that is. It's just really quite bright. Galactic map. Okay, that's weird. Well, I mean... suggestions from the viewers. First place to go, maybe? Sightseeing wise, I guess. Except I don't have any viewers at the moment. Well, balls. Well, there is always this one. American Nebula. I don't think this one's region locked at all, so wonder if we can make that at all. Screw it. You know what? Can we... maximum distance exceeded. Okay, so we'll have to pull in and go for something closer. to start with. Ooh. Dave likes that one. Anyway, we can get jump. Nope, we can't get anything out to this. It's too far. Still too far. I should probably maybe plan some of this out in a actual like planner thing, but you know, go with it for the time being, I guess. There's also the option of just going. This cannot this. Why is it so prevalent on my screen? Blue supergiant. That's interesting. You know what? I've probably been there already. Holy balls. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Derp. Okay. Can't go out more than 1,000 light years for planning. Well, in terms of actually plotting a route. So I gotta be careful about this, I guess. Screw it. You know what? I wonder if we can't make it out here to the coal sack. Yeah, screw it. Why not? How many jumps is that gonna be? 11 jump. Jeez. Last time I was out there at the coal sack, I was in something that was only capable of like 10 light year jump range, so that was, yeah, that was a little bit of a long journey. For me, that was a huge accomplishment, though, at the time.
Go for departure.
Alright, so 11 jumps. That's it. Well, let's get to jumping, I guess. Just gotta get away from being mass locked. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see.
Clear of station perimeter. Goodbye, Commander.
3.
Thought I would have been clear of it sooner than that, but okay. God damn.
Fuel scooping.
Gotta pay attention here a little bit. Well, it might have already been discovered, but
Fuel scooping complete.
Curse you, Tango Fat. We're not gonna worry about scanning these. Not right now. Alright, I'm gonna do this really quick, actually. There we are. Just checking on how the stream is going at the moment, guys, so just bear with me for just a second. I'm just checking stats and things. Everything looks pretty good. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Okay. Alright, back to the game. Oop, wrong button. What happens when you move your hand off your keypad? That's 10 of 11 jumps. Well, no, I have 10 out of the 11 jumps left. Burger. So, let's see. Truth be told, I should at least do this much. If I'm starting off exploring at this point, I should at least do this much, and at least scan the main star, primary star. And I am fairly certain that there is a way to set up a keybind that it just toggles my next jump location, but whatever it is, I am unsure at this time.
Fuel scooping complete.
By the way, I apologize if you guys can hear the squeakiness of my joystick. I honestly have no idea what to do about that. I don't know if it's the rubber, like, protectant that's around it that's doing that, or if it's just
Frameshift drive charging.
something. No, because it doesn't really touch on anything when it does it. Seems like it's coming from inside the base itself. I don't know if like a dry silicone spray will help,
3, 2,
or if it's just something I'm gonna have to live with and it'll be heard in my streams or videos. I think I've cut it down for the most part with OBS, but I honestly can't tell unless I sit and listen to the stream again. So yeah, if you hear squeaky like sounds, it's totally my joystick. That is not a euphemism.
fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Alrighty. Oh, okay. Okay, Celine. I think she's the one that does the hauls. And I did spend some time mining, so I have no... I would have to double check. And that's one of the next things I should probably do whenever I get back. I have a lot of things I should do, truth be told, but, yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
Reinforce the hull on a lot of my ships that I use for combat and other things. I don't think... And see, and this is the problem. Like, I'm deciding to leave right before they go into the beta for 1.4, I think is what's going to be considered. Is that 1.4? Might be wrong. But, you know, when that one goes live post-beta, I could be ambushed by a lot of really bad things. Amongst other things. So... it's gonna get dangerous for me. And I like the idea of the risk, but it's like, just, do I really want to be leaving now, of all things? Blend thy name is this system.
Fuel scooping.
This has the pot calling the kettle black. I'm about as bland as it gets.
Frameshift drive charging.
If I get time, I'm probably gonna stream sometime later tomorrow afternoon. If I get time. I've got an idea for a stream, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it or not. But we'll see. We shall certainly see. Is that just another star? Yep, just another star. Not very far away, it doesn't look like. Oh, it's not. It's within scanning distance. Hee. If it's in scanning distance, scan that sucker.
Fuel scooping.
Come on, finish up.
Fuel scooping.
There we go.
complete.
And jump.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
How many jumps do I have left of this out of curiosity? I gotta wait till I get back into... Let us see. Oop, 5. Okay. No, I really am tired of that thing popping up whenever I'm just looking around. Guess it's gonna be under controls and interface. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Enable UI camera lock on. Turn it and lock. Okay, no. That's not the option I want. But no. Miscellaneous? I have no clue. Yeah, I would think maybe it would be under. Oh, crap. I don't even know. Headlock mode. There we go. Headlock smoothing. Mouse headlock on. That's what I want. I have no idea. Okay then. Yeah, I have no idea how to. There should be a way to change it that when I look around, the panels don't show up, and I honestly can't remember how that, like, what that setting is. This is the mode switches itself. I don't want that on. Oh, nothing. Nothing, does nothing, does nothing. That should maybe do the trick. Aha! Now, let's just double check. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. Okay, really quick sound test. I just turned on my fan as well. Switched over to speakers, getting my headset off my head for a few minutes. That crab gets pretty toasty after a few minutes. Unfortunately. So, seems like my noise gate is cutting that off. Yeah, it seems like it's cutting off pretty well. Okay. Well, here's hoping at least. That's completely cutting it off. Enough. Alright. You guys let me know if you can hear the fan or anything. It's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit in my office at the moment. And, yeah, that's actually pretty warm compared to the rest of my house. That's just because how small my office is and how much, yeah, just how much heat my computer puts out, really. Like, the thermometer I have in the office, it's at a clock that has a temperature gauge on it, or a thermometer on it, and it's, like, set completely the opposite side of the room from where my computer is. So that's actually a cooler spot than where I'm sitting. Alright, let's see now. Anything good in the system? Ooh. I always love some of these ones that they have rings around them like that. Excuse me. Yeah, good enough. That'll hold me over for now. Yeah, without my headset on, that is actually still really obnoxious how loud my joystick kind of just squeaks. Alright. Mic should actually be in a pretty decent spot that I should sound okay, and yeah. I hope. Somebody let me know, does my audio sound okay? Just want to make sure that my fan is not being heard. No? Yes? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Okay, whatever. We shall carry on then. How many jumps we got? 3 left. Alright. Scoop the crap out of this store and jump to the next. Wrong key. Yeah, it seems like maybe my mic audio is picking up my fan. Just a little bit, at least. I'd hoped I'd moved it outside the range of it, but I was very clearly wrong. I'll have to reposition. I'm either going to have to reposition where my fan sits or my mic sits, and the fan would probably be the easier thing to move. That way it doesn't blow onto the mic whenever I have to turn it on, just to cool off the room a little bit here. You know what? We're going to stop by, we're going to scan that. Chances are it's just going to be a gas giant, but I don't know. I just want to scan it. I think once we get this journey underway completely, I don't know if I'm going to do the stop and scan everything approach, which I really don't think I will, but I think I'm probably going to go more the route of, you know, just stop, scan like some of the bigger stuff, like some of the more important planets, you know, maybe some water worlds, terraformable stuff, Earth lakes, and just generally maybe even some of these, like these large gas giants. They're worth a little bit, but I'm not really even interested necessarily. I mean, I do want money from this, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it, but that's the wrong way to phrase it. I want money from doing this, but that's not my main interest. Am I already seeing the rings off of that? Oh, that'd be interesting. Some rather large rings. Holy hell. Or is that just a star cluster behind it? Or planets. Other planetoids. That might be some of its moons around it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's got a couple moons. More than a couple. Yeah, that's actually its moons. Okay. I can dig it. It's a class 3 gas giant. Nothing too fancy, but it is what it is. $5 says this thing's pristine, though. Because we're in relatively uninhabited space now. Oops. Yep, pristine reserves. Metal rich. This wouldn't be a bad one to bring my Type 9 out to. At some point in the near future. Have to kind of put a thumbtack on that eventually, shall we say. Alright, and in the meantime, next jump.
Drive charging. Ready to engage.
Am I not throttled up? Okay, I should have been throttled up completely. Oh well. Oh, balls. Get back in the game. I apparently moved my mouse off of the screen temporarily. And yeah, that would have been a bad start. Would have been a really, really bad start for me. Yikes. Didn't even honk yet. There we go. Anything good? Eh. Nothing great. How about we not do that again? That'd be a pretty solid idea. You know, not trying to end up dead. Freaking fantabulous. There we go, hit the right button, that helps. Really? What is it? Just oh, it's a binary star system. I wonder if that one's in range. Nope. That one's a little ways away. Okay, so we are just outside of the nebula. What I'm gonna do is actually turn around and scoop real quick. And then I'm going to plot out a route really quickly into the nebula. Actually, what I want to do, I think we're going to try to make a jump right here. Alright. Just looks like it's... want to see it from a different angle is kind of what I'm going for here. Just trying to see what it looks like. Alright, let's do this here. You kind of make it out right here, just as... Stop for a second here. Yeah, you can kind of see it blots out some of the galactic plane there a little bit. Just cuts right down into it. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting how much that cuts down in. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, last time out, I didn't even really get a very good angle on it, I don't think. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but... I think that's Bernard's Loop right there.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's somewhere we could. No, we can't get into Bernard's Loop, can we? No, I think that's currently locked.
4, 3, 2, 1.
It'd be interesting nonetheless to make a shot for it. Because it's solely a couple of systems that are locked, maybe? I forget what it is. I can't remember if it's the entire nebula that's locked to us, or... Okay. Let's get out of here away from this star a little bit. Just kind of looks pitch black. Get further out here. The idea is, I kind of want to try to see if I can't find... Are we so close that it's gonna blot it out? Oh, wow. I think that is. I think we are so close to it. I think that's it right there. I think we're so close, it's literally just blotting out the actual... the rest of the galactic plane. That's interesting. Huh. Well, one way to find out... maybe make a bit of a jump into it. If at all possible. Fairly certain there should be a couple stars inside of it, maybe? Let's try doing that. And we could get rid of this real quick, that'd help probably. No. Actually, right there looks like it might be kind of one of our better bets right there. No. Yeah, I guess that would be it. Okay, let's try that one. Just kind of get an idea what it kind of looks like from within the nebula.
Frameshift drive charging.
Just for curiosity's sake. I mean, this is just kind of a start off to exploration. Nothing to land on in this one, but alright, that's fine. And then I think what I want to do... No, I want to go out to this and just target something just so I have a reference. Close enough. That'll do the trick.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, let's kind of fly out here a little ways away from the light of the star. Just for curiosity's sake. Hi everybody that's watching on YouTube. Yeah, you can kind of see the galactic plane a little bit better. Doesn't completely blot it out, but it definitely is darker than it normally would be. Of course, if we turn off mods, it's all washed out and nasty looking. Yeah. And it's more visible, but there's just a lack of color there. Lack of depth of color, I should say. Alright. I guess... Yeah, I don't think we can go to Bernard's Loop at all, can we? Because I think that's what that is down there. That is not Bernard's Loop, is it? What is that down there? I don't know what that is. Because that's Bernard's Loop right there. I have no idea what this is. Another galaxy? Another planet? Another just massive nebula? But yeah, I think this is region locked to us at this time. Oops. We're not going out there anytime soon. Think we can go to Orion? Can we? Anybody know in the chat? I honestly don't remember where all we can actually go to anymore. Just because with some of the region locks that they have on certain areas now. Kind of sucks too, because I would be interesting to kind of go out there and check out. This is a couple interesting ones. Got like a really deep purple backed by like this reddish black. That's interesting. No way for me to plow a route out there. Too far. This is still probably too far, isn't it? No, it's not. Interesting. Okay, well, you know what? We'll do it by halves. Whatever. We can do that. How many jumps is that? 15. Yeah, that's doable. It's easily doable.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, either my thing is broken, showing how many people are watching,
4, 3, 2.
or something. Let me double check things really quick, just to be sure. Let's take a look, see if anything is being wonky on my end. Entirely possible. That shows 2 people watching. That's really weird. I think I need to resync my chat. Entirely possible. I need to probably resync my chat a little bit here. It's kind of looks like things might be being screwy. I honestly can't tell. Oh well, you know what? I guess we'll just have to go with it for now. It is what it is. Am I right? Nobody in the chat's talkative tonight. Ew. A weird brown. I always like these blue ones though. Something about these blue, kind of like that violet and whatnot mixed in. Ah. Fat Fingers Dave. Big ol' Fat Fingers Dave strikes again.
Frameshift drive charging.
I do that probably more often than I really ought to, but
3,
what are you gonna do?
1.
I mean, really, what can you do? Just occasionally you got fat,
Fuse scooping.
freaking clumsy butterfingers.
Fuel scooping complete.
So, end goal, eventually you go out to Sagittarius A, but we're just gonna kind of wing it, I guess, kind of hitting up some of the different nebulas, just eventually gonna go through some of the neutron heavy areas, scan the ever-living crap out of them.
Frameshift drive charging.
If we can get our name on something, so be it. Oh, it is 4:09. I think once we finish this leg of the journey, I might actually kind of call it there for the night and pick it up. Oh Christ, why do I... Why do I use... Why do I do these things to myself? I really don't know. Weird how late those load in. I don't know if that's something with the modified graphics or what that is. Very strange. Very strange. I can't tell what's going on with those. Yeah, I can't tell what's going on with them. Could be within scanning distance, though. My first thought is high metal content? Maybe the textures aren't loading in or something? Could have sworn I put on the waterwork. Doesn't look like a water world to me, but I am obviously very easily mistaken here. Scan it. It's when? I'm very curious here. I don't know if anyone else who's watching actually plays this game, but I'll be honest, I really want to. There's a couple of the like images that people have made up, the charts. I would love to put one of those as a small poster up on my wall. Two reasons: A, I like them, but B, because it actually make this a little easier. That's another water world. That's interesting. Hey? That's really odd. I honestly did not think that was terrestrial water world with an active water-based chemistry and carbon. Is that terraformable? No, it wouldn't be it would say terraformable, wouldn't it? Validating. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would actually say that it'd be terraformable, wouldn't it? If I remember correctly. I could be wrong here. Hmm. It does say terrestrial water world with active water-based chemistry and carbon water-based life. It's that terrestrial part that's throwing me off. Hmm. That makes me question that one then. This one looks like it's got some very clear pock marks on it and crater marking, but there's a couple that are definitely look like water worlds now. Easiest way to be absolutely certain would be okay. Basically looks like that. Versus let's turn this boat around and look at that one. Sort of the same. No, that's got craters. Very obvious craters on it. Hmm. Weird.
Frameshift drive charging.
Friendship drive charging. Every time. I just realized I could be getting myself into a little bit of trouble here. I did not retoggle my my route. I mean, I should be alright with these. You know, I have to assume that that just means that it technically orbits both of these. Like, oh, that totally looks like a water world. And probably isn't. Find out in a second, at least. Because it looks like it has craters, so... Meh. Icy body, yeah. I think the map is kind of being wonky.
Frameshift drive charging.
Both jumps. I'll be honest, I might actually hang this up a little earlier.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Wouldn't be terrible to do that now. 2.5 hours. I don't know. I'm starting to get tired. Oh, hello, interesting glow. There we go. Give me just a second, guys. I'm just trying to change something really quick. I guess that's... I don't know. I'm not even sure if you guys can see what I'm looking at the moment. Yeah, you guys can actually see it. If any of you know a better graphical mod, yeah, just let me know. Hit me up with that. Because as much as I like this one, it has some definite issues. Oops. Oh, no, 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 we got too close. Balls. That star was a little larger than I expected it to be, I guess. That or I approached just a little too quickly. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there exactly.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three,
Come on, do the jump already.
one. Engage.
Really don't want to have to pop a heat sink this early on, but yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
That could have been bad, though. That could have been really bad. I mean, not likely, but
Four, three,
you never know. Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest here. Might need to recalculate my route just a smidge. Just to take me closer to something that's not trying to kill me. Or run me out of fuel, I should say. Yeah, actually, you know what? Just go ahead and do that here really quick. Yep. Trying to remember the phrase here, folks. I think here, Should be. Balls, I don't have the thing saved, I guess. Yep, I do not actually have it saved. Well, crap. Guess we'll go with that then. Yep. Yes, let's steer away from this star just a smidge. Just saying.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go. That's an M class. Jumping towards, so that
4, 3,
fuel up once we get there. Just a binary system. Okay.
fuel scooping.
Now let's let the scoop do its job real quick here.
Fuel scooping complete.
And let's get on out of here. Damn squeak on this joystick is pretty bad, actually.
Frameshift drive charging.
I don't know. I don't know if I could get rid of that with the silicone sprayer or not. I'll have to look into it. Do a quick search of the firms. I think I'm gonna actually call the stream there for the night, guys. I'm starting to hit my point of no return, and yeah, I'm definitely starting to feel the need to sleep. Ooh, I like that. All right, I'm gonna end things there. Thanks for watching, guys. And for anyone who just joined, well, sucks to be you. Chose to join at a bad time. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.